Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, said God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me turn my camera on. It's so good to see every last one of you this morning. I am so glad that you joined me on this fine day, y'all. Today, yes, today is Thursday, December the 8th in the year 2022. Yes, Thursday, December the 8th in the year 2022. And I don't know about you, but it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and thank you for joining me to Yes You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one. It's just me and you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you stopped by on this Friday Eve. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. It is a blessing. Now listen, we're going to get this party started and get this party crack-a-lacking because you know we're coming up on Friday. It's coming, y'all. It's Friday. But today, let's go ahead and get started like we always do. We like to come around and see who came in the VIP section this morning. Who came in the VIP section this morning? Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Now, as we look at those that came in dark and early this morning, dark and early at the breaking of day, I'm appreciative for everybody that came in bringing the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness. I appreciate you so much. Now, We had 4 people that came in this morning. And so for number 4, you know that's my guy. That's the Mufasa. I love me some him. Truck driver. Yes, truck driver came in here giving us all of his blessings, all of his love, and all of his prayers. I appreciate you. This Mufasa, this Lion King right here. I love me some him. Now the number 3. Yeah. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. Now, the number 3 in the Lion's Den this morning was none other than T. Summers. T. Summers, you did that, sis. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. Thank you so very much for coming in. We appreciate you. I am so glad that you came in bright and early, bringing all the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness. I need to get a photo of you, sis. Brought all of that into the Lion's Den. Yes, I appreciate you. Come through. Now, the number 2 in the Lion's Den this morning was none other than Shelly Thunder. Shelly Thunder, you did that, sis. Come on in here. Now, wait a minute. Now, I fixed that yesterday. There we go. Here she is. Here we go. I'm going to give her props. Shelly Thunder. Yes. That's my girl. Come on in here, sis. Come on in here. Now, the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Den Darn, you did that. Come on in here. Get your lips, your hips, and your fingertips. Choose that seat right over there and sit down. You did it. Congratulations. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. So much love to you. So much love to you. To all of you that are in Grandpa Holmes' VIP section this morning, I appreciate you. I want you to know that I truly do. Now, coming on around, and I'm going to go ahead and we're just, as my mother said, when you come in the room, speak to somebody. So listen, I want you to go ahead. We're going to speak to everybody that's in here. Truck driver 57, good morning to you. I see you in the room. A.M. Harvey, come on in here, sis. That's my biggest big sis. So much mad love to you. SK8843, that's my big sis, not to be confused with my biggest big sis. Come on in here, and nothing but love coming to you. KK79 is in the room. She said, listen, I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready, and we're ready for you. Thank you for coming in and spending your time with us this morning, KK. Then there's the Rebel Inc. Yes, the Rebel Inc. That is the Galactic Supervisor. So much love to you. Stacy 546, come on in the room. That's my sister right there, y'all. That's my sister right there. Mad love to you, sis. Come on in here. MCP812, otherwise known as Two Tams. Oh my goodness, I feel like shouting right now. So glad to have you in the Lion's Den this morning. Come through. Nothing but mad love to you. Coming down, and I'm looking, and I see T. Summers is in the room. Yes, she's one of the newest streamers on Twitch. If you're not following her, quit your wicked ways. She's going to give you some good intel about travel. This sister is a blessing, and I appreciate you for being in the room this morning. Cassandra Woke, 2022, good morning to you, and I see you, sis. I see you in the Lion's Den. Come on in here and make yourself at home. Coming down, and I'm looking, and Taste Like KD. You're in the room this morning. Good morning, saints. Good morning to you. So much mad love coming your way. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den bright and early this morning. Simply amazing. So good to see you this morning. I see you lurking. But you came to report that Brittany Griner has been released from the Russian prison. Yes. Go Brittany. For that awesome report, and we appreciate you. Thank you for bringing, honey. Listen, if you want the 411 right when it comes out, you just need to link up with Simply Amazing, because she gonna get the morning tea. She gonna get the morning coffee. She's gonna have the morning brew brewing. Thank you so much, Simply Amazing. I appreciate you. Then we have BTD Mom. Come on in the room. That's my biggest big sis right there. So much mad love coming to you, sis. Thank you for being in the Lion's Den. Hootie hoo! Hootie hoo was in the room. Good morning, and it's so good to be in here. Have you in here with us? Mad love, mad love, mad love to you. Thank you for getting up bright and early this morning to come in the Lion's Den. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing if anybody else came in the basement while I was upstairs, because I don't want to miss anybody. I really don't. I don't want to miss anybody. And if I ever do, know that it's definitely my eyes missed you. It's not my heart. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm coming down and I'm looking in the book, and it looks like I got everybody that's in here. Oh, hold up. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Good morning to you, sis. Mad love to you. Come on in here and make yourself comfortable. It's good to see you on this fine day. Now, as I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm appreciating everybody that's here, I want to come here just for a second, because you know I want y'all to get that mod love out. Get that mod love out. Get that mod love out, because you know I got the best mods in the world. I appreciate these babies right here. I absolutely positively do. I want to start with the prophetess, Shelly Thunder. Yes, the thunderclap. That's my girl. That's my sis. I tell you, she is precious to my soul. They take good care of us here in the Lion's Den, led by the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. Yes, the Rebel Inc. is a streamer. If you're not following her, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because listen, she's gonna bless your whole entire life. I see you, Mod Love MCP. I see you, Stacy546. I see you, BTD Mom. I see you, SK8843. I see you, Taste Like KD. Tall Pumps. Come on in here, Cassandra Woke, because we love these moderators. Flanked by none other than Michelle Browno, my quiet storm. I appreciate her because, baby, she's going to change the atmosphere just by being in the midst. This is my blessed Trinity. We love these babies. I see you, Rebel. I see you. Now, I want you to hang on, because we're going to go over and spend the morning with the Rebel Inc. as soon as we leave from here. After station identification, we'll be traveling over there to the Rebel Inc. And I want y'all to come on and go with us. We will do you good. I see that, Mod Love T. Summers. I see that, Mod Love. Now, come on. You know how we do it. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Because we're going to talk a little bit. What had happened was, wow, we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Now, what had happened was, and we're going to come back to that awesome news, Brittany Griner, is reported to me, has been released.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh, that's the wrong channel, y'all. Let me get on the right channel. She's been released. I see your coffee cup, SK8843. I see your coffee cup. She's been released, T. BTD Mom. I like it. So happy that she is out, and we'll get more details on that as time progresses during the day, I'm so sure. But that is a blessing. Now, come on, let's go ahead. What had happened was, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, what had happened was, it was reported to me that, Lord Jesus, today, we got criminals in the governments. Is anybody? Yes, Tall Pumps, that's what Simply Amazing came in reporting. Thank God, and it is awesome news. I'm telling you, that is great news. That's a great way to start. What had happened was, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Now listen, I don't know that it's really a surprise to us, but we got crooks. We got crooks in the government, y'all. We got crooks in the government. It was reported to me that this brother right here, federal prosecutors announced that the Florida state representative swindled over $150,000. K2 Hoop, good morning to you, my sister. Nothing but mad love coming to you. Michelle Browno, there's my girl. And good morning to you, my goodness. Queen Shanna 21, come on in here, ladies. We're getting ready to talk about what happened while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. But I'm so glad that you're here. BTD Mom. From the coronavirus funds. I just don't know what these folks are thinking about. It's like, do you want to get elected so you can be more of a criminal? That's the $100,000 question. Are you trying to get elected so you can get more criminality into your life? Listen, he got a key to Mar-a-Lago. I don't know what, but at the end of the day, not 100 million, 100,000, but still, that's too much money when we have folks out here. Do you know how hard we had to fight to get that little $600, and then they came back around with the little measly $1,200? And yes, I said it. It doesn't matter how many millions of people, it doesn't matter how many people there are in this country. We got billions of dollars to send to Ukraine. We got all kind of money to send everywhere. But when we were literally dying from a disease that I've talked to some medical personnel, and they are saying they are sure that coronavirus 19 is a man-made disease. It does not follow any of the other patterns of a regular, normally formed virus. They really believe that there was a biological weapon that folks were working on and it messed around and got away. I don't know that that's not far from the truth. But here we are dying from some kind of disease, and you give us $600 and then come back with the measly, paltry $1,200. And then you got folks like this in the government who's stealing the money for coronavirus. Michelle, you agree with that assessment? Woman Unsilenced is in the room. She is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following her, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because she's going to bless your whole entire life. You agree, Michelle? You believe it was a biological weapon of mass destruction. Well, it did its job. And even in that, let me say this. If it was a biological weapon of mass destruction, are we surprised that one of the hardest hit and highest number black folk? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? The black community was just absolutely plummeted by this coronavirus. So at the end of the day, if it was engineered in the laboratory, and I'm telling you, there are many, Michelle, that along with you in the healthcare environment that are saying this was mechanically engineered in somebody's laboratory. So, they were attempting to thin the population. Come on, Michelle, you believe that? I'm not genocide much, SK8843, genocide much? Because obviously, high blood pressure, diabetes, which the black community is plagued with, was definitely some of the factor that was just huge and off the charts for those that were unable to survive it, and those core morbidities. So at the end of the day, I heard what my nurse friend told me, and she's like, Regina, she said we couldn't get a handle on that, but that was some engineered disease. That was some engineered virus, because it didn't even follow any of the patterns of a normal organic virus. What can I say? People that work with it every day, I believe them. I believe him. So, it is what it is. But this brother right here, $150,000. Let me get this joker's name. He's a Florida lawmaker. Let me get his name. Representative Joseph Harding. State representative, and I'm sure he's not the only one. That's the way I feel about that. I doubt seriously that he is the only one that has been dipping in the till. So at the end of the day, I'm looking and I'm saying, this brother right here took $150,000 illegally from SBA loans by lying on his applications. Are we shocked, children? Are we shocked?
No.
$150,000 lying on his application for SBA loans for coronavirus. You know, at the end of the day, could it be? The devil? Baby, it ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. Now, we talking about him. Harding is 35 years old. I'm just going to read a little bit. He's 35 years old. He's set to go to trial for wire fraud, money laundering, and making false statements. And so as we look at this, wire fraud, money laundering, and making false statements, he may serve up to 10 years, a maximum of 10 years and 5 years respectively for those different crimes. So, you know, when I look at that and I hear that, this is what I want to know. Is Brett Favre in jail? I'm just saying, y'all, when I look at this and I read this, and let's keep following, because at the end of the day, let's see if anything's going to happen to him. First and foremost, it was reported to me that he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. So let's see, is he going to get, you got up to 5 years, 10 years. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, there's still a man from Louisiana serving a whole entire life sentence for taking some cutting shears off the back of somebody else's porch. Do you understand the words? A life sentence in Louisiana for taking the gardening shears off the back of his neighbor's porch. Do you understand the words that I'm saying? Now, this man right here might serve anywhere from 5 to 10 years. That's what it's up to. But is Brett Favre in jail? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You see, the devil is still up there. Is Brett Favre in jail? Are his lips, tips, and fingers, is he anywhere close to a jail cell? That man stole mega dollars. But good morning. Listen, LaWanda Baskerville. Yes, Wanda Visions, miracles, signs, and wonders are in the room right now. Good morning to you, sis, and welcome to the Lion's Den. It's always a blessing to have you. This is the moderator extraordinaire. So much love coming to you. SK8843, $5 million, and that joker is still walking around loose. Like the 3 Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace. He's walking around loose. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? How in the whole heaven and hell is this man able to still be walking around? And listen, what do we hear about him? This man, Brett Favre, has literally made millions of dollars in his career, millions of dollars in endorsements, millions of dollars here, there, and everywhere, and went to the poorest state in the union and stole money for those that are impoverished and needy to the tune of $5 million. And this man is still walking the streets. Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. That's white privilege. privilege right there. That's white entitlement right there. And I'm looking to see what's going to happen to Brother Joseph Harding. Likely little or nothing. But at the end of the day, you talking about $150,000 in comparison to Brett Favre with $5 million. And somebody else in the state's head needs to be rolling too, because how did he get access to $5 million out of that money? Quit lying, quit lying, quit lying. Somebody doing some hanky-panky up in here. Come on, I'm gonna ask a boy, good morning to you. Okay, whatever. Now, at the end of the day, I'm looking and I'm saying, I knew you was gonna get him, Rebel. At the end of the day, I'm looking and I'm saying, what in the whole heaven and earth are we doing in this country, y'all? What are we doing? What exactly are we doing? Because how do you get $5 million out of the welfare till and nothing has happened to you? And, well, you know, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about it. Goodbye, Rebel. I knew you were going to get him. Block a Hole Ministries in full effect. Ooh, how does that happen? Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me, Lucy. Is that the woman that Emmett Till murdered? Come on. Is the woman that killed, that got Emmett Till, you might as well say she killed him. Is she in jail yet? At the end of the day, can we get a little justice in the justice system? Can we get just a tad, just a little bit of justice in the justice system? Good morning, DJ. You know, come on in here, my brother. So good to have you in here. Come on in the room. I love you. Come through, come through. Come on, Stacy. I don't care how old she is. This woman lied, just flat out lied. Probably, if I could say, wishful thinking. At the end of the day, lied, got this brother killed, and ain't not nary a thing happened to this woman. And listen, just like the statute of limitations for murder doesn't run out, baby, your lips, your hips, and your fingertips need to be sitting in somebody's jail. Y'all talk to me this morning. Dr. Dady Priest, she's in the room, y'all. She's in the room. If you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your ways. Because listen, I want you to know, engagement matters. It absolutely positively does. Engagement matters. And I'm so glad that you're here, High Priestess. Come on in the room. Now, back to this topic. This man, this supposed to be state representative with his hand in the cookie jar. It's reported to me this morning the Department of Justice has started moving in charging him with these counts. So again, for those that just came, the representative from Florida got caught with his hand in the coronavirus cookie jar to the tune of $150,000. So yes, he is now being charged with wire fraud, money laundering, and making false statements. So that brings you up to date on that one. So, you know, what can we say? People have gone to jail for so much less, and we see these folks just walking around live and in living color like nothing ever happened. Fairly all day, it's my dearest friend. Come on in here, sis. So much mad love to you. Listen, I appreciate you for being in the Lion's Den. This is a moderator from Engagement Matters, and she's a force to be reckoned with all on her own. Good morning to you, sis. So much mad love coming to you. So I want you to know, once more and again, this man is potentially going to go to jail. And at the end of the day, is he the only one? And like I said, what do? Do we get elected so we can commit bigger crimes? I mean, vote for me, elect me so I can do bigger crimes. I don't know. I just don't know what to say. But when the lawmakers are out here openly and blatantly breaking the law, y'all shut up talking to me. Leave the peoples alone. As Rebel said, the peoples. Leave the peoples alone. Please leave the peoples alone when the lawmakers are more crooked than the peoples are. Well, that's all I gotta say about that. That's all. Listen.
Why you always lying?
He got that paperwork and lied. Are we surprised? Anyway, he got that paperwork and lied and got the money. So at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I just want y'all to know what's going on. So it was reported to me whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered that Brother Joseph Harding just might be going to jail. Now, come on, let's come on back and see what else we got to talk about on this morning. Now, if you have any additional details, simply amazing about the release of my sister, please put it in the chat. My lock journey, come on in here. So much mad love coming to you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, did I mention that Woman Unsilenced is a streamer? If I didn't, quit your wicked ways. Come on out here and follow Woman Unsilenced. She gonna bless your whole life. I don't want to miss that. Now, coming on back, and I'm looking and I'm checking out what else has happened. Well, you know, I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking, but finally it appears that all the little Trump organizations have been found guilty. Let me queue up for that. They've finally been found guilty. But once again, like the three Hebrew boys, this man is still walking around loose. This man is still walking around doing whatever he's big enough and bad enough to do. This man has not felt not one, because I think Weisselberg's going to end up taking the fall, or whatever that joker's name is. He's going to end up taking the fall and the brunt of most of the accusations and da-da-da-da-da. This man is still walking around loose.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Just tell me, when is this man's tail going to jail? So explain it to me, Lucy. When is this man's tail going to jail? I just want to know, because he needs to be sitting in somebody's cell. He needs to be sitting in somebody's jail cell, never to come out again. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, one of the funniest memes to me going around right now is Trump talking to Herschel Walker saying, you had him till you started talking about the werewolf. Trump talking to Herschel Walker. You had him till you started talking about the werewolves. My God, Michelle, Biden is live on TV announcing Griner's release. Thank you, SK. Thank you. They showed her getting on the plane, flying home. Y'all know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. Come on, Brittany. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you for those updates, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the real time so I can stay on. Barbara Hardy, my These Are They friend. Come on in here. You know I love me some you. This is my friend and my sister from These Are They, one of my heroes. You know I love you, Barbara. Thank you for coming in. So much mad love to you. Good morning. Now, so Brittany's free, y'all. Brittany's free, and we're so happy. We are absolutely pleased, overjoyed, and tickled to death. Should have happened a long time ago. Oh, Royal Confessions, there's my iron. Come on in here. So, did y'all see what Royal Confessions said? Brittany Griner was released in exchange for Victor Bout. Now, I'm going to tell y'all. Using people's lives for horse trading. Using people's lives for horse trading. No! And good morning, Royal Confessions, and thank you for that. You know, now they said they believed that she was being held for some kind of horse trading deal. I just, You take a black woman and you totally devalue her life. You destroy her. Y'all, you know, now I ain't gonna get heavy. Shelly Thunder, there she is, y'all. Come on with that thunderclap. You know, I'm like this. I'm like this, Royal Confessions. These exchanges, listen, people's lives are not to be played and toyed with. I just, you know, there's something down in my shondo. I just cannot abide how we have really devolved. Come on. They could have made that exchange a long time ago, Michelle. I see you. And at the end of the day, don't be playing games with people's lives. This woman will never be the same again. I don't care. I don't care that she's released right now. We still have to deal with the mental health effects and all of the trauma that she has been through. This is not going to just be erased from her life and from her ministry or her memory, just because they released her. Listen. This is just dastardly to me. And at the end of the day, I'm glad that she's free, but listen.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
I can't hear you.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
This woman will be traumatized. And to act like a person's life is something you can just, like some inanimate object. Like, the damage is done. The damage is done, Cassandra. K2 Hoop, the damage. So at the end of the day, you know, this is the kind of brown stuff that at the end of the day, no ma'am, no sir. No. No ma'am, no sir. This is not how we deal with people's lives. And isn't it interesting, as we said from the very beginning, we got a black woman. If it had been an NBA star, absolutely positively would not have happened. Absolutely positively would not have gone this long. Absolutely positively, none of this mess would have been the way it is right now. But we got a black woman. We got a black WNBA that we're already not valuing because she's over in another country trying to play to make more money on her off season. And then you take her to hell and back just so you can horse trade her with somebody else.
You shall not pass.
My lock, that's the way I feel about it too. This is mess. This is just mess. Nonetheless, I'm going to be appreciative that she's going home. I hope that we as a country and all those that are close to her give her all the support that she needs, because she's going to need a lot of support. I just don't know. I just don't know. About the after effects of what's going to happen in Brittany's life and how this is going to impact her for years and years and years to come, basically for the rest of her life. So Brittany, we're glad you're out. We are so glad that you are out, but come on, put those praying hands in there. And I'm really serious about this. Put those praying hands in there, because I hope that we have the sensitivity to understand, even though my sister has been released, she's going to need lots of prayer. She's going to need lots of support, because she's been through something. Don't play. She has been, I see those praying hands, Stacy. She has been through something. Can you imagine? And I'm trying to keep this real. Imagine yourself being in a foreign country. I see those praying hands, SK. I see you, Michelle. Thank you for the prayers, My Lock Journey. Come on, Fairly. Imagine being in a foreign country and being whisked off into jail for really what I consider to be trumped up charges anyway. I see those prayers, MCP 812. Lord, allow the healing to begin right now. Come on, Cassandra. John Studios, good morning to you. I'm going to come back to you, brother. But listen, I want us to understand, if you can imagine being in a foreign country, not knowing what they're going to do to you, then they take you from the normal holding facility jail and then whisk you to who knows where and God knows what. Come on, I appreciate those prayers, K2 Hoop. You don't know what's getting ready to happen. You don't know how long you're going to be there, Queen Shanna. Thank you for the prayers. At the end of the day, it's like, can you imagine? Put yourself in Brittany's body. You went over there to play some ball, and it's not anything new. You've done this before. You go over here to play some ball, and all of a sudden you're snatched up. And for however many days this baby has been in this dilemma, I can only imagine. So continue to pray, not just here, but continue to pray along the way, because she's going to need our prayers and she's going to need support. Please believe it. John Studios is in the lion's den this morning. So much love to you. That's my angel. That's my guy. So much love coming to you. Thank you for coming in. He is a streamer, and he will stream in a wife beater. If you're not following John Studios, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because, baby, he's going to bless you. He's going to bless you. He's going to bless you. I love me some you, John. Come on in here. Woman Unsilenced, your sister prison itself is a foreign land. Prison itself is a foreign land. So this is something I want us to always be mindful of. And as individuals have navigated those waters of a foreign land, as Woman Unsilenced said, that's why Woman Unsilenced, I'm gonna back up and just give you some props right here. You don't know how happy I am that you are in these streets blessing the people. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't say this about everybody and everything. I feel like Woman Unsilenced has one of the most powerful, and I mean that thing, one of the most powerful streams out here on social media. And Woman Unsilenced, I appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate you for what you do out here in these streets and the power of what you are doing for those that are coming into re-entry. Because listen, it is a foreign land all of its own. And I think a lot of times people do not have a point of reference to the reality of how that is. I think back to Lamont McIntyre. Remember his name, Lamont McIntyre. He's a sweetheart. He's a precious baby that I know personally. To God be the glory, and you're doing a great work, and you can't come down, Woman Unsilenced. You're doing a great work. Don't come down. He was one of the victims of Kansas City's detective, Kansas City, Kansas. Let me clarify, because there is a difference between Kansas City, Kansas and Kansas City, Missouri. Come on, you want to give Woman Unsilenced an applause? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. This is for Woman Unsilenced right here. And for the work that you do. For the work that you do. I appreciate you. That's worthy of an applause. That's worthy of an applause. He shared how even just trying to acclimate to new space, new place, new space, outside of that jail cell and everything else that he's gone through, and how just simple things will be so unnerving to him. Very, and I won't go through all the list, but he just started talking about this, that, and the other. You don't understand the trauma. And in some instances, I feel like it's really a form of PTSD, where you're trying to get reacclimated back to just everyday living. And this is something that I feel like the community at large, we give little to no care. We give little to no thought about. So Woman Unsilenced, the work that you're doing is just absolutely powerful, making people aware of the real deal and bringing people in that are in a point of re-entry, and the sisteration room, all of that. Listen, that's good stuff. My brother KB Browns is in the room. Come on. Listen, I love you, sis. Woman Unsilenced. I just straight up love you. I really do. And can I say this? For all the churches all across the brotherhood with the church on every corner, what you are doing is real ministry. Please believe it. What you are doing is real ministry. When a lot of these gleaming and shining churches ain't doing diddly. I said what I said, and I meant it. And I'll add to it before I take it back. Now, this right here, I want to come over and I want to share something, now this is a couple of days old, so it's not new. But when I say while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, it may not have been exactly yesterday or last night, but it's close enough. It's close enough. It's close enough that, listen, it's still in recent news. It may not have been last night, but it's still in recent news. I'm scrolling here. I'm trying to find it. Listen, that snubbery. I know somebody put it in news for views. I had it queued up yesterday. Let me come over here. And K2 Hoop, I see you. Thank you for putting that in for, come on, I see you. You put that in for Brittany. I appreciate you for that. This one right here, I had it in, but truck driver, you got it in here too. So I'm gonna use yours so I can find it right quick, fast, and in a hurry. When I tell you, this right here blessed my whole shondo, all my innards, my gizzard, my liver, everything. It just blessed all of my insides. It just blessed every place of my internal being. It just blessed me to no end. And please enjoy this if you haven't seen it already. It's been out there a couple of days. I don't need the sound. It's just nothing but noise. Just watch the picture. Just look at the picture. Just look at the... Can I make this thing? I can't make this thing bigger. I want that one. If I could have that one, I had it downloaded, but I can't find it. Baby, yes, all the way down in my gizzards, my lock. When they left Mitch standing there looking stupid. My gizzards, my lock journey. It blessed my gizzards. Do you understand the words that it... KB Brown says, my brother, it blessed all of my gizzards. Do you understand? I want a bigger picture of that. I had a bigger one that I was ready to run, but I can't find it, Saints. I can't find it. You laughed when you, baby. Michelle, when I saw that, I hollered. I think Dr. Dady Priest sent it to me first, and then I went out and found it because I was enjoying it so much. And then truck driver, thank you for that one right there because I was able to utilize it. I can't find my other one that I had queued up because I wanted y'all to see the big picture. I wanted y'all to see him just standing there looking absolutely befuddled and stupid because, baby, they left that joker just standing there like old Dan Tucker. Y'all remember that? Old Dan Tucker was a funny man, washed his face with the frying pan, combed his hair with the wagon wheel, and died with the toothache in his heel. Get out the way for old Dan Tucker. You too late to eat your supper. Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Dan Tucker just stand there looking. Y'all too young to remember old Dan Tucker. Baby, they left him standing there looking. Listen, my life journey, the young folk don't know nothing about that. KB Browns, that was a song. That was a childhood song. Listen, old Dan Tucker just standing there looking. They left that joker standing there. He could have left him standing. They left him standing there looking stupid, as they should have. SK8843, as they should have. Because that joker, you have done nothing for these individuals. You have done nothing in the way of calling this January. Oh, Dan Tucker. MCPA 12. Oh, Dan Tucker just standing there looking. 43. Listen, Cassandra, you remember old Dan Tucker. You remember old Dan Tucker. My Lock Journey, they had him standing there looking stupid. Do you understand? I loved it all the way down. And baby, that made my liver quiver. I loved it. Absolutely, positively loved it. Stacy, you know about old Dan Tucker. I absolutely loved it. It blessed my shondo. It really, really did. I don't know. I can't get that on the bigger. I can't find it. I can't find it, cheering. I can't find it. But I'm so glad that they made that Joker look just as stupid as he is. They left him standing there. So I loved it. I appreciated it. It is what it is, tall pumps. Come on, BTD Mom. Thank you for those roaring biddies. At the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, that blessed my whole shonda. You remember old Dan Tucker, truck driver? I think everybody over 50, these young folks are like, I have no idea what this woman is talking about. But y'all remember old Dan Tucker. Y'all remember that song. So listen, that's what they did. They left him standing there looking. They absolutely did. They left him standing there, and no better for him. For real, for real. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. You got to find that. My Lock Journey. Listen, I tell you, we sang it in grade school for everybody. I don't know about over 50, but everybody close to 60. I can guarantee you probably sang that in music class in grade school. So yeah, you got to have a few years on you to remember old Dan Tucker. You got to have just a few years to remember old Dan Tucker. But you, Raw Confessions, you remember old Dan Tucker. Now listen, this is what's so crazy. That's just the first verse. It had 4 verses. I still remember all 4 verses. Ask me why. I don't know. I still remember all 4 verses, but I'm not going to sing them. Along with old, Senor Don Gato was a cat. Anyway, all them songs are coming back to my head right now. Anyhow, now this right here is a debate that's going on TikTok. Michelle sent this to me. I want to cue this up. Now, this is what I do want to say before I show it. Let me be every whit clear. Every whit clear. Every whit clear. Let's be clear. If we take this to CPS, if we take this to Child Protective Services, the larger pictures in my messenger. Okay, thank you, Royal Confessions. I want to say, let's be clear. I want to get you all's input because we've been talking about. I'm gonna go back and see what KB Brown said before I move on. Mitch should be thankful that nobody stopped in here, slapped his turkey neck. Listen, the laying on of hands, the ministry of the laying on of hands. I'm trying to tell you, this right here, y'all, this right here. I'm going to show this, and let me put a disclaimer out here and let me give a little bit information, because I do want us to be really, really clear. I really want to be clear. Wait a minute. I saw somebody asking for prayers for your nephew in ICU with the pneumonia, fighting for his life. Come on, let's get the prayer hands in. Let's get the prayer hands in. You know how we do. We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem stopping to pray. So yes, Cassandra, we're lifting up. We are absolutely positively lifting up your nephew right now in prayer. Thank you for putting that in the chat, and we're going to be praying for you as well. Come on, I appreciate the prayer hands. Come on. That's how we do it in the Lion's Den. Men ought to always pray and not to faint. I'm going to tell you what, and I believe the effectual, fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So we're praying. We're definitely sending up prayers. Thank you for sticking that in. We're praying for you too, sis. We're praying for you too. And God be with you. So thank you. I see those praying hands. Thank you for the prayer. Thank you for the prayer. BTD Mom, Stacy 546, Woman Unsilenced, Michelle. Thank y'all for the prayers. My Lock, K2 Hoop. Thank you for the prayers, Truck Driver. Listen, we some praying folk over here, and we have no problem stopping to send up some, as they say, sending up my timber every day. We can send up some timber. We definitely can, and we're praying for him. And thank you for calling out his name. Let me go back. Raymond Tucker, we speak to you. We speak to your body. We speak to your spirit. We speak healing over you in the hand of God. Yes, the hand of God. The hand of God be strong upon you, my brother. The hand of God. Come on, I thank you for the prayers, Tall Pumps. I thank you for the prayers, John. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Thank you, Simply Amazing. Because listen, we praying in here. We are praying in here. And thank you for sharing that with us, sis. Thank you so much. Now, and again, we're praying for you. We're praying for you. Dr. Dady Priest, thank you for those prayers. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, I want to come here, and I do want to say this, and I want us to have a little conversation because Michelle sent this to me on yesterday, and there's a lot of controversy over this video. And I'm not going to say a lot. I want you all to watch it. I may run it a couple of times so you can get the full, and thank you Fairly All Day. Honey, listen, mother came out of alert to pray. And honey, listen, powerful prayer warriors in the house. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you for that, Fairly All Day. Now, let me say this, CPS or Child Protective Services. I want you all to look at this video. And thank you, Michelle Brownell, for sending this to me because it's a controversial video it's just blowing up on TikTok. Before we go here, let me say this. Any kind of, thank you so much, Fairly. And I know you're going to pray, sis. There wasn't no doubt in my mind whether you came out of lurk or not, honey. That's my praying sister right there. And those prayers get answered. Now, let me say this on behalf of abuse and understanding what abuse is. You are more than welcome. Thank you for putting that prayer request in, and we got you. We got you, sis. Now, I want us to understand any kind of physical discipline. And I'm going to just say this up front because I was bowled over and blown away by how much people are in 100% agreement of this. But I just want to put this disclaimer out here so y'all know it up front. Then y'all can say what you want to say because we got freedom of speech. Everybody has a different perspective. So for those that are moving away from physical corporal punishment, putting your hands on your child with the belt, with the switch, with the whatever, I'm in that number. But please know that there are those that are moving to this kind of punishment. And I do want to say this on behalf of CPS. Making your child stand with their arms in the air for an indefinite amount of time. Making your child do push-ups for a ridiculous number of push-ups just until. And making your child do wall sits or wall squats, whichever you call it, is still considered by CPS abuse. Now, let's be clear on that. And then I'm going to let y'all say what y'all want to say. But I want to hear, because listen, I'm hearing all kinds of things on the internet. And Michelle, once more, I read, thank you for sending this to me. I read the comments. And I think I want to have an understanding if we understand what's child abuse and what's not child abuse and why. So I'm going to roll this beautiful bean footage and y'all tell me what you think.
Your anger and emotions, right? So this is me helping you because this is the best way I know to help you. So yesterday, you know what I'm saying? The teacher called me because you've been giving her problems. So this is the teacher. And with all y'all kids, this is the teacher. So I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna let you hold this because this is the teacher. Hold it. No, hold it. Yeah. So, in order for you to understand, hold it because that's the teacher. When she keep having to stop her lesson, take it up. Kick your feet up. Kick it back up. Okay. Because I'm gonna help you not fall. Because this is the reason I asked you. I'm gonna put my feet in yours, in front of yours, because this gonna kind of hold you up. Because this is me helping you not fail, which is helping you not fall. So, but this is the teacher. So, hold this, right? So what you need to do is think more, think more. You need to think, you need to breathe, you need to stop and think about your actions. So, what you gonna do is, I will breathe. And then you breathe. Hold it. Don't drop the weight because that's the teacher when she keeps talking and saying it over and over. No. I'm helping you. No. Hold it with your arms. Fix your feet. Fix your feet. We'll get it. I know it's a heavy weight, but you have to stop and think. Come on. Push your feet a little further. Let your feet touch mine. Now, hold the weight. Hold it just like this. And don't drop it. Got it. Hold it right now. Get you in a good position. Hold it to where you feel comfortable now. Because this is what your teacher did with. So put it here. Don't drop it. No. Hold it. All right. Now, no side. No. This is how you hold it. And I don't want you to drop it. You should be in these. And I want you to hold it just like this and don't drop it. Here you go. Nope. You can see my hands underneath it, holding it. You should do that. Now, do just like that. Don't drop it. Now, that's your teacher. This is me. This is me planting my feet to help you not move and fall. Now, I will breathe. Now breathe. Hold the weight, because that's what you want your teacher to deal with. You want your teacher to put up with your talkative and not being, you want the teacher to deal with you being, you can't drop it because she didn't drop it. Your anger and emotions, right? So this is me helping you, because this is the best way I know to help you. So yesterday, you know what I'm saying, the teacher called me because you've been giving her problems. So this is the teacher. And with all y'all kids, this the teacher. So I'm gonna let you hold this, because this is the teacher. Hold it. No, hold it, yeah. So, in order for you to understand, hold it, because that's the teacher. When she keep having to stop her lesson, take it up. Keep your feet up. Keep it back up. Okay. Because I'm going to help you not fall.
Now, actually, I'm going to stop it because I personally can't take no more. I can't take no more. It's too much. Now, this right here is being applauded and lauded by so many people. Now, I'm speaking from my perspective, but I do want to open the chat. Do you all, and I do have some child educators in here, so chime right in. But I want us, as we're looking at other ways of disciplining our children, is this what we're going to? Now, this is something that they do in the military. Wow. And I saw Simply Amazing said her grandson, this is personally painful to you because your grandson was made to do wall sits or wall squats, whichever you call them, in front of the other children, and you were beyond pissed. I'm going to say once more and again, and I saw you, Tall Pumps. This is considered child abuse. This is considered child abuse. If CPS and you know, I'm like, sister, while you done plastered this up and put it under this is what positive reinforcement looks like. This is a great lesson because parenting starts at home. You are your child's first teacher. Train up your child in the way he or she should go, and they will not depart from it when they're old. So the rest of that I'm not even going to read. I just want to get you all, this has pissed you off. Tall Pumps. I see you. Because I'm interested to see where is our mind, where is our head, because I'm telling you, this right now has over 434.8 thousand views with 10,000 comments, and people are in 100%. Well, no. Let me take that back. I'm going to say the percentage just from what I read, of the comments. I would say probably 95% of the individuals agree and are applauding. Now, let me say a large portion of the people that are agreeing are white folks, but there's some black folks in here that are agreeing with this as well. And as Michelle said, this has become very, very controversial. I would suspect that CPS may be knocking on her door in not many days hence if they can track her down. So let me come back and I'm going to look at what you all are saying, because, you know, are we going to go from one thing to another form of abuse? I don't know. MCP, I see this is disgusting. Tall Pumps, no ma'am, no sir. Stop this slave mentality on our children. Simply amazing. Tall Pumps, what you need to do is think about what you're doing to your child. Simply amazing is cussing. I got you. And believe you me, she's not just using the icons. She is cussing. BTD mom, we need to learn positive discipline. She's steadily trying to brainwash him that this is to help him. Come on. Talk about brainwashing and how we as black folk can be easily brainwashed and then turn around and brainwash our kids, because this is abuse, folks. Thank you for that, BTD mom. And from a very, very proficient educator with small children, I told you, BTD mom had one of the best learning care center academies in Kansas City, Missouri. She absolutely positively did. And her positive interaction and her positive discipline with the children was just unparalleled. So thank you for that, BTD mom. Michelle, shaking my head. SK, why not speak to the child without the physical factor? And the physical factor is what takes it over into the area of abuse, SK 8843. In the definition of abuse and what is abuse and how abuse. Now, some of y'all might be feeling some kind of way because a lot of people, especially a lot of the black people that I saw commenting, were saying, my parents did this with me and it's great. So, you know, a lot of times people don't want to release what they grew up. If something was happening to them, there's something in us that wants to believe that was the right way. But nonetheless, the physical factor is the issue. She could have had that same demeanor, that same energy, and talked with that child without the physical. And that's what got it. And it is about control. Simply amazing. It's teaching you control and dominance. I'm coming on, DJ, you know, you were about to say that. It just pissed you off, Tall Pumps, the devil. Diablo and all his twin brothers. I got it. You were in the military and never did this to your kids. Come on, K2 Hoop. Thank you for that. Driving, but you have so many words, Michelle. It's abuse. It is abuse. There's nothing positive about this, and it's emotional abuse. Come on, Queen Shanna. Stop the madness, SK8843. You're in the military, and you've actually done something similar, and don't judge me when I say that you but you raised some kids that, wait a minute, let me read this right, DJ, you know, let me pull up my shade so I can see it. I'm in the military, and I've actually done something similar, and don't judge me when I say this, but I raised some kids that wasn't mine, but that still claim to this day. Okay, I got you, DJ, you know. And thank you for being transparent. This is still a safe place. It's still a safe place. And thank you for being truthful. You know, I appreciate that. This is very excessive, KB Brown. In my opinion, this is very excessive. BTD mom, I see you. I see that face. They should. Simply amazing. It's in my Discord. If you want to go out there and snatch it, it is in my Discord. So one day a man told me I should not hit my twin girls because that shows that a man can abuse them. Come on, DJ, you know, and I'd like to, now what DJ, you know, come on. One day a man told him he should not hit his twin girls because that shows the girls that a man can abuse them. I want some comments on that in the chat. And it's all safe. The Lion's Den is always a safe place. And as people can tell you, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you, my first interaction with Tall Pumps one-on-one was because she did not agree with one of my perspectives in the Lion's Den. And she was not only commenting in the section, but was woman enough and friend enough to call me on the phone. And we had, and Tall Pumps can tell you, I'm not lying, we had a conversation about the topic, and we still love each other. And if anything, I love Tall Pumps more for being transparent and telling me and sharing with me her side of the perspective, because that's how we have relationship. We can walk hand in hand without seeing eye to eye. I firmly believe that. Tall Pumps, I see you. There's nothing positive about this. Emotional. Okay, wait a minute. I think I went backwards. Let me come on down. Some taps on the tail is one thing, but this shouldn't happen. Okay. I hear BTD mom, no, all caps, bold, italicized letter. So you tried to find an alternative means for discipline. Thank you for that, DJ. Thank you for pivoting. Thank you for the pivot, as Dr. Dady Priest would say. Pivot past the discord. And I'm open, or I'm thankful that you were open to the idea of an alternative means of discipline. I love that. Come on. Now this is, because listen. DJ, you know, this is for you. That is for you, DJ, you know. I love it. I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that you sought to find an alternative means for discipline. My lock journey. I'm not a parent. I just want to know what is the best way for discipline and structure for this day and time. I came up on getting your tail whooped if you was showing out at school. I don't mean any harm. No harm taken, my lock. And I think, I want to do, because this to me is a parent trying to look at an alternative to laying hands. I genuinely feel in my heart of hearts that this mother is trying to find an alternative means to laying on her hands. However, it still has some undercurrent of control, along with the fact that it is a form of abuse. There's nothing else I can say about it. It is a form of abuse. Now, I know everybody has their different opinions and different ideas. So this is what, in asking that question, my lock journey, in all pureness and innocence and being genuine, I think I would love to have somebody like BTD Mom, Dr. Dady Priest, and some others that, and BTD Mom, I can say this about her because I know, and I'm sure Dr. Dady probably did also. You have to go as a director. She had to go to classes for alternative means of discipline. And not only did she go to classes, I felt like she could have taught the class, because when I tell you she comes up and came up with all kinds of alternative disciplines that were effective. I'm not talking about, you just throwing something against the wall and see what sticks. I actually witnessed her, not only with the children, she did alternative discipline with the parents. I promise to God, I'm telling what God loves, and that's the truth. She did alternative discipline with the parents, and I think sometimes the parents didn't even know they were being disciplined. She's just gifted and skilled. When we talk in this channel about people that have giftings and talents that go above and beyond, I went to school and somebody taught me XYZ. They just have that innate gifted talent. That's what we talked about yesterday. Those of you that have gifts, those of you that have talents, and it just comes naturally to you. Michelle Brownell, the ability to understand the body and the body functions and how to heal it. It just comes naturally to her. And some of you have in your own respective areas, things that come naturally to you. Because it is a different time, my lock journey, I think it would be good to have some conversation and have some people come in that can actually talk about alternative methods of discipline, because this is an area that we really, really need to know and we need to understand. And then God forbid for this woman that's really trying to, I think she's trying to come up with an alternative means than laying on her hands. She went to this military approach or whatever, I've never experienced anything like that. I've never had to stand and hold my hands over my head for X amount of time. I've never had to do push-ups and I'm like, hey, these are little kids. They're not militarized animals. So I can't wrap my brain around that because I don't know anything about that. I just know my parents would have never had something like that going on. However, my parents spanked. And unlike my parents, I'm now at a place and point where I would not spank, but that's me. Everybody doesn't have to go that route. I'm at a point now, just like what DJ said, we're teaching our children, other folks can put their hands on you or whatever the case may be. I'm not really trying to throw that bomb out there, but I also know of family members that spanking was really abuse. And so some folks don't know how to not cross that line. And so, it just says to me, do we need to rethink all of this and have some opportunities for people to give us information. And I think I'm going to do that. BTD Mom, you hear me talking, Dr. Dady. I think I'm going to do that because I do feel like we do need to have some tools. It's tools in your toolbox. It's just tools in your toolbox. So hooty hoo, peace and blessings. The time put the work in until the next. Oh, so much love to you, hooty hoo. So much love to you. Blessings, and have the rest of a great day. This is nothing more than a power struggle because folks don't want to acknowledge they need to change their methods in parenting. I hear you talking. If the police do this to our children, we are up in arms. But if we do it as parents, is this okay? Make it make sense. They help me to read. I see you, Tall Pumps. I see you. K2 Hoops, I see you in agreement with Tall Pumps. Do we know if this is her first time talking to him? What if this is a habitual thing? What do you say after so many times talking to your child about disrupting the class? My lock journey, I'm going to come here and detour a little bit because no, we don't know. But I'm going to say if he's disrupting the class on a regular, there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had. If it's the first time, I'm going to side with SK 8843. Why couldn't she have that conversation without the physical element attached to it? Why go that extra over the edge? The physical is what takes it over the edge. The conversation, the calmness in the voice, the not raising your voice and getting at a fever pitch level, all that's great. Why couldn't you do that without the physical element added to it? Because you knew there was pain. It's an alternative means of inflicting pain. You understand what I'm saying? It's an alternative means, but you're still inflicting physical pain. Let's not miss that point. You're still, Tall Pumps, listening to your perspective, you bless me. Your mom, SK, was proficient with the leather belt. She loved me, no doubt, but the method of discipline is not the best. I agree with you 100%, SK, because you're breaking down the ability to have communication skills with your child, in my opinion. Am I a well-disciplined adult? Yes, I am. Do I have communication issues? Yes, I do. Is some of that, in my opinion, attached to getting beat instead of talked to? Yes, I believe it is a factor. I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to beat me. I'm just not. I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to beat me. So, and love my parents, love them to the death. God rest both of them soul, but I would not use that as a method of discipline myself. Kids need to talk. They need to be heard. They need to express themselves. And I'm going to still say, if in fact this is a repetitive disruption that he's doing in the class, we need to get down to the quick of why he's disrupting. So, I think that, come on, Queen Shanna, you feel like it's 100% true. You show your kids how they are to be treated by others and what they should accept. And I agree with that 100%. I'm coming down. I want to read everybody's because I want the comments. I want to hear you're honestly hurt right now because you honestly tried to do something right. And regardless of y'all agreeing or not, I just felt my means of discipline that way was a safe way. I hear you. And there's no problem with that, DJ, and please know you're in a safe place and we loving on you regardless. And I'm gonna come from this angle. Not trying to be judge or jury, but if CPS finds out that that's what you're doing, they're going to come get your kids. And that's all I can, just honestly, if CPS finds out in most states, I think it's probably in most states, I know for sure, they're going to come get your kids because it's considered a form of abuse. So just so you know, and that's some of why I wanted to show this today and have this conversation, because I think sometimes we're unaware and what we don't know can hurt us. Am I totally in agreement to CPS coming and taking your kids and putting them in the system and all that kind of stuff? No, I'm really not there. But at the end of the day, if I don't do any more but to shed knowledge, you know what I say? We don't just throw shade, we shed light. If I can just put some knowledge out here that if they catch you doing this and CPS picks and catch wind of it, they have the potential to come get your kids, just so you know that as well. Being violent to our girls and boys as a form of discipline only teaches the child to use violence as correction. I agree with that, Tall Pumps. I personally agree with that. Come on, Shanna, that's a goal. I hear you guys talking. K2 Hoop, when I discipline my kids, I always ask them if they understood why they were in trouble. If they didn't know, I explained it to them. Come through, K2 Hoops. Come through with that. A lot of times the kids really don't understand why they're getting in trouble and just think it's the norm. Come on with that. So good, so good. But to think about it and consider it being abuse is really hurtful, because for me, I know I try. You did a great job, I'm sure. When we know better, we do better. And I'm sure that you, with all the tools that you had, and this is the place that we as parents have to come as well. We do the best we can with our babies. We do the best. As so many old folks used to say, children don't come with training manuals. They don't come with instructions and directions. So we do the best we can. And 9 times out of 10, in so many ways, we discipline and we raise them the same way that we were raised, or something close to that. And that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So no negativity there again, but I'm gonna go back to when we know better, we do better. And this was not in any way, shape, or form intended to create some sense of guilt or condemnation or any of that. I just want us to understand and have conversation around what we can do to do better, especially in the Black community, because we've already come from abuse. So we don't want to then turn around and become abusers. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We've already come through so much abuse, then we don't want to turn around and become abusers. So as we know better, we do better. And again, I think a conversation with BTD Mom and Dr. Dady Priest would be absolutely marvelous, because there are healthy ways, to positive ways to discipline our children so that we're not hurting and crushing them. Simply amazing. When we were growing up, our parents did what they knew, but we hadn't heard anything about psychology and discipline. Society was not telling our parents how to raise us, and ADHD medication was not a factor, but it is today. Come through. Thank you. Thank you for opening your eyes. Listen, this is what we do here in the Lion's Den. It is about the opening of the eyes and opening our ears and opening our hearts to a better way. Listen, and that's what I'm always about here, is about what is a better way, and not saying even progress, not even saying that some of those old ways are, throw the baby out with the bathwater, but what is a better way? The highest degree of love, type that in the chat. The highest degree of love. Type that in the chat. The highest degree of love. That's what my heart seeks. The highest degree of love. So even if my love level is right here, how can I raise it to keep going and keep going, keep going till I get to that superlative of the highest degree of love? I'm not just looking for love. I'm looking for the highest degree of love. How can I keep perfecting, whether it's with my siblings, my parents, my friends, my goal as a spiritual thought leader is to help people to come to the highest degree of love and keep moving towards that. Okay, this was good, but is it the best? This was good, but is it the best? And just keep moving toward that until we can get to that highest degree of love, and just keep working on it and keep working on it and keep working on it. So that's where I'm coming from in that angle. So no condemnation toward anyone. I'm just hopefully helping us to keep processing, keep talking, keep communicating, because communication is key, y'all. Once communication is shut down, it's over. And that's any relationship. I don't care what relationship you're talking about. Any relationship, once communication is shut down, that relationship is over. Let me just come on out of slumber, slept, and slobber, because we into it right now. When communication is shut down, Once communication is all the way shut down, and we need to understand that with our children as well, they may be my blood kin, my blood may be, my genes may be pulsing through their veins, but once they shut down and quit talking to me, that relationship is over. You know, we might as well stop lying to ourselves. That's my child. That's my child. And baby, once your child stops talking to you, that relationship is over. Please believe it. So this is what I'm trying to get us to understand: communication and the highest degree of love. If we're going to get to that, there's a place in communication that we have to keep carving out space to communicate better, to communicate in a more healthy way, to communicate in a way that's not devastating and traumatizing. So, and I'm sending love. I'm sending all the love I can to you, DJ, you know, for that hurt and that pain that you're feeling, because I believe everything in your heart meant with every intention in your being to be the best parent that you could possibly be. So please feel that love coming to you right now. For sure. Coming on down. Coming down, positive discipline, BTD mom, is interactive teaching. Come through with that. Positive discipline is interactive teaching and explains why the action is unacceptable and offering an alternative resolution to express what they're feeling. Come on, BTD mom. And I want to read that one more time. That's a great nugget. If you need to write it down, of course, my chats are always, you can always go back and reread the chat in my Discord channel under chat. Positive discipline is interactive teaching and explains why the action is unacceptable and offering an alternative resolution to express what they are feeling. Because basically what's going on here, the children are trying to express themselves, and I'm gonna get to that in just a little bit. Children need to know their feelings can be valid. They need to know, children need to know that their feelings are valid. And I love you all coming back for the support. Simply amazing. DJ, you know, we loving you in here, man. We're loving you. There's no right or wrong, brother. Don't beat yourself. You did what you knew to do then. And we learn and we grow, and hugs coming fairly all day. Came out alert. You use the tools you knew. When we know differently, we do differently. Please don't beat yourself up. Heal and use these new tools that you've learned, said with sweet lips for healing. Come on. I appreciate y'all. Queen Shanna, so true. And then they keep repeating the same behavior because they are not aware of what they are doing wrong. We have to tell them so that they can actually learn. Come on. And so this begins to take us to an idea. What is learning? Just being able to regurgitate something, just being able to respond a certain way does not mean that they've learned. It does not mean that they have learned. There are people that have graduated from high school and college, and they have not learned, if you hear the deeper understanding to what I'm saying. There's a difference between regurgitating knowledge and learning. Two totally different things. So they will keep repeating that behavior. So coming on down, communication is extremely important. My lock journey come through. I'm gonna tell you. And yelling is another thing that shouldn't be happening, because that's a form of vocal violence, whether we realize it or not. When people are constantly screaming at you, that's verbal violence. I'm gonna say it again, because and I know, Michelle, I knew when you put this in, and I was like, this is gonna be our topic and conversation for the day. And a lot of us are in places of learning. A lot of us are in places of growing, but screaming is a form of violence. What did I say? My goal when we talk about what is my biggest effort here, to deconstruct the walls between the sacred and the secular so that we can breed freedom, so we can breed success. When we get to the ideas of coming to a higher degree or the highest degree of loving, let's deal with some realities. When I'm screaming at you, it is a form of violence, whether people realize it or not. So screaming, throwing things, some people will never lay their hands on you, but they're picking stuff up and crashing stuff against the wall. And those are all forms of violence. And I think we've gotten so acclimated to it sometimes in our community. That's well, they didn't put their hands on me, but the hollering and the screaming, they put their hands on you. The throwing stuff and crashing stuff against the wall, they're putting their hands on you. They're putting their hands on you. And I think the thing with the squats and the wall sits is that they're putting their hands on you because your body is physically going through pain. Your body is physically going through something. I'm holding my hands in the air until I just can't take it anymore. They are physically putting you through pain. It's almost like, I remember one time when I worked in daycare right after I got out of school, and the teacher would not do any of the physical that was considered, but she would pinch them. She'd take them in the corner and then pinch them. And I'm like, pinch it. You're still laying your hands on them. You are still laying your hands on those kids. So, and she would pinch them in areas that you normally wouldn't look. And I was like, my God, today, and I did turn her in, because I'm like, shoot, if I was a parent, I'll be like, take my child home and undress them head to toe and make sure, do I see a mark anywhere? Because I know some of those pinches I was looking at, I know it left a bruise. But a bruise someplace where it's, oh, he fell down. Oh, she fell. No, they didn't fall down. She was pinching the devil and the daylights out of them. That's what was going on. They didn't fall down. They were getting pinched. So, we come up with all these alternative ways of laying hands, but it's still laying hands and it's still violence. And that for us is a hard pill to swallow, because we've been abused to the extreme. We've been abused to the extremity. So when we've been abused to the extremity, somebody throwing stuff and crashing it on the wall, well, that's no big deal. They didn't put their hands on me. Somebody hollering and screaming at the top of their lungs, standing over us, spitting and everything else, just about to bust your eardrums. Well, they didn't put their hands on me. We are so accustomed to abuse that when we get lighter versions of abuse, then we think it's okay. And so enough said. Coming on down, and I want to get all these comments in because you all are talking. And thank you again for those that came in bringing love. My life journey, communication is extremely important, and yelling is another thing that shouldn't happen. You do what you know in the moment as best as you can. When you know better, you do better. That will take time and effort to change Jonna CPW, to change the behavior and the habit. And this is Queen Shanna. You hit on something that Jonna and Dwayne, they are two of the best parents I have ever witnessed. They really, really are, because they do take time and they're very conscientious about what tools do I need to get to approach this situation with they have 3 daughters. How do we want to approach this? And I get phone calls where they ask, can you give some suggestions, some ideas? Can you come talk to the babies? Can you give a different vantage point? But they're constantly looking for more tools. And this is the thing. A lot of times parents do not have the resources maybe, or do not have the wherewithal of finding more tools. So we use the same tools that we got from our parents. Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't have the wherewithal or the resources to actually find more tools, but there are tools available. There are tools that can be utilized. And I know some of y'all like, oh, y'all ain't gonna get me with that stuff, because I listen. But at the end of the day, some of us are traumatized. Some of us are going through some things. So, it is what it is. Get the tools. I love the way you said that, Queen Shanna. Be patient with yourself and with your kids, and just communicate more. That's beautiful. Come on, y'all talking in here. Yeah. KB Browns, and the kids need to understand the why. The kids need to understand the why. Michelle, you used to spank until the last one told me she was about 6. I'm going to take this whooping and I'm still going to do what you're saying. That let you know you had to change the method. Come on. I get it, Michelle. I get it. I get it. There's no manual for parenting. There's not. So much love to you, Stacy. So much love to you. Give yourself grace. Come on here. Do the best you can, but we should always be adaptable parents. Come through with that. I appreciate you all. Come on. I'm coming on down and I want to, I'm on the highest degree of love, Tall Pumps. That's what I'm always about. The highest degree of love. That was a moment of change, Queen Shanna, when your kids just flat out tell you, baby, you better come with something else because that ain't working. And the highest degree of love is what we're really about. I'm gonna come down and catch anything else. You learn that children show us our wrongs, and it can be funny at times. They can speak truth. Come on here, T. Summers. Good word right there. It can also hurt, and we take our pain out on them, which is totally wrong. Now, you said something right there, T. Summers. And a lot of times, I do have to say, I think a lot of parents are whooping and beating because they're mad. And they're ending up taking out their pain, their frustration, their I had a bad day, their me and your daddy, me and your mama arguing, you gonna get this whooping. There's a whole lot that can be underneath that right there. So if you shut down communication, Tall Pumps, the relationship is over. I mean that sincerely. It just is. There's no manual. I hear you guys talking on that. I hear you. I'm going to come on down. Now, I'm going to share this in these last few moments. Now, to go back, Simply Amazing, you got a whole paragraph in here. Let me catch it. The conversations my daughters and I have now about discipline when they were children and youth have been both enlightening and at times embarrassing. I didn't know a whole lot of things then, and because I was living in my own pain, I didn't realize I was hurting them emotionally. But today they tell me thank you because as parents themselves now, they make me proud. Come on. And you have 2 beautiful daughters. They really, really are. Disco Darren is in the room, y'all. He is a streamer. This is my brother right here. Listen, Disco Darren is in the room. Come through, come through. If you're not following Disco Darren, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways because he's going to bless your whole life. So much love coming to you, my brother. So much love and healing come your way. Now, to answer that, I'm going to come down and read Dr. Dady Priest. Having adapted to the surroundings I was in, corporal punishment is prevalent. Getting an opportunity reflect, even though the parents were leading the discipline, it was not the right decision for anyone, especially the children, most of whom need a better support system. I love this idea of giving your children a support system, because if you give them a support system as a child, listen, some of us are in our 50s and 60s and still trying to create a support system. Or some of us still don't have a support system. Put a pin in that right there, Dr. Dady. Children need a support system. And I didn't miss you, Disco Darren. I'm going to come back and address when kids are not listening. I'm going to come back and address that. But giving your children a support system, and hopefully the number one support system they're going to find is family. But many times that is not the case. Even though we'd like to delude ourselves and say it is, but many times we've been out there and we've been unsupported. Just tell the truth and shame the devil. We've been out there and we've been unsupported. So giving them that support system and the ability to understand the why, all of that is good stuff. BTD mom, Disco Darren, have a talk with the child to get an understanding of what they are feeling. Then plan with the child. Come on, include the child with it. Don't just plan for them, plan with them. Plan with the child, alternate ways to express those feelings. Reassure the child that you support their feelings and your love will always be available to them. And that's key, to know that no matter what, mama's going to love me. No matter what, daddy's going to love me. Because some of this corporal punishment is why children get in so deep in situations and they don't come back to the parent and say XYZ is coming on, because the fear of losing that parent's love is huge. You understand what I'm saying? The fear of losing mama's love, the fear of losing daddy's love, the fear of losing mama and daddy's respect is huge. And they don't want to do that. And sometimes they will go through some hell, and they will not talk to the family because they don't want to lose that family's love. We're having some real conversation up in here right now. So this is what I want to talk about for these last couple of minutes along that line. Absolutely. We created an extended support system for our own son, comprised of his godparents, uncles, aunts, and trusted community members. Come on with that. Come on with that, T. Now, this is where I'm going to go from this point, and we're going to get ready to close out in these last 10 minutes, and then we're going to go over and spend some time with the Rebel Inc. This. Now, somebody addressed, Disco Darren and others, the idea of, and the behavior continues, and the behavior persists. Dr. Dady came up with some good information there. BTD mom, go back, go back and revisit the chat, write it down if you have to, think about it, go out and get some extra tools, get some extra resources so you can deal. This isn't just about children. This is really about us as human beings. We're using the children as the jumping off point, but this is about us as human beings. So let me come here. If a child keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, if the child keeps doing the same stuff over again, not only sit down and have a conversation, they keep doing it over and keep doing. Okay, can I come here? Can we keep it real? And can I talk from my own personal experience? If the child keeps showing negative behavior over and over and over and over again, even without, or even with, this is what I want you to understand. My negative behavior was because of trauma. Hear what I'm saying. My continued negative behavior was because I had trauma. Okay, I'm gonna let that marinate, and I'm gonna say it once more and again. My negative behavior was because I had trauma going on in my world. Now, I did not have, and y'all can say what you want to say, I did not have what I felt like was a safe environment for me to talk about my trauma. Let that marinate. I did not feel that I had any safe place. Y'all can say, oh, but you had your aunties. They were beautiful people. You had your uncles, beautiful people. You had your mama and your daddy, beautiful people. Preachers, missionaries, church-going people, church-loving people, God-loving people. Had siblings. I did not feel that I had a place to address my trauma. Please believe it. And hear what I'm saying. And it manifested in acting out behaviors. Now, for some of y'all that's saying, my child, I've already had this conversation with them. I've had it over and over. I've explained it to them over and over again. You might need to address areas to identify, is your child dealing with some level of trauma that you don't know about? And can I just impress you with this? When kids are constantly getting beatings and they're not allowed to communicate and express themselves, they are not going to talk to you. Y'all quiet up in here. Let me say it once more and again. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care. When kids are getting beatings and they're already traumatized, am I talking to anybody in here? When kids are getting beatings and they're already traumatized, they're not going to talk to you because they're already traumatized and feeling disconnected from you to the level, why would I come to mom? Why would I come to dad? Why would I come and have a conversation with you when you gonna beat me? or even if it's not so much a beating about that conversation, but understand when you shut down a child's communication, you can't say this. And for all y'all real churchy religious folk, not letting your children, you get this, that, you gonna come. Listen, sometimes, like I tell people now, when I deal with them in my coaching sessions, I don't care how you get it out, just get it out. If you got to cuss it out, cuss it out. If you got to scream it out, scream it out. If you got to cry it out, cry it out. I just need you to get it out. Get it out with me, because I'm a safe space. Get it out with me, because I'm a safe person. Get it out with me, because I care and I'm not going to hurt you. Get it out with me, because I'm not going to wound you and beat you down for how you got it out. Just get it out. Y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Just get it out. I got you, Disco Darren. Just get it out. Truncated communication. Come on, SK. Truncated communication. They just need a safe place. And so many times, and I'm going to say this for real to church folk, because y'all just be abusing your kids without even knowing it. And you say, what do you mean abusing your? When your children are so shut down that they cannot talk to you and be real, that is abuse. Y'all ain't ready to hear what I'm saying. I'm going to say it once more and again. When you are so religious and so churchy that the people cannot, your own children cannot come to you and have a for real conversation with you, that is abuse, because then where are they going to go? Who do they have to talk to? Where are they going to be able to express themselves? And you wonder why they come in the house, go straight to their room, lock the door. Listen, they have zero communication and zero contact with you. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to hear what you're going to say, because all you're going to do is fuss anyway. Nobody wants to hear somebody that's always fussing. Like I can never do anything right. Is there anything? Why am I even here? Why am I alive? I'm just one complete failure. I'm just always trying to measure up. I'm just always trying, and it's never enough. These kids are tired. Matter of fact, they tired. And all you doing is dragging their tail to church and coming home and sending them to school. And then wondering why your child don't want to talk to you. Or we have that scenario that you always say, you know, church kids are the worst kids. Why? They're not the worst kids. They're traumatized from your religious tale. Y'all ain't ready for I said what I said. They're traumatized from your religious tale. Come on, SK, you never told your parents that your female cousin was sexually abusing you as a child. Traumatized. Do you understand the words? My lock journey, traumatized. And y'all, hallelujah, anyhow, your children are traumatized. I said what I said. So this is what I want us to understand. Just because you put a roof over your child's head, just because you buy food, and then we don't want to hear that either. That's what you're supposed to do. You're a parent. You got a roof over your head, food to eat. You got blah, 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 blah. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't bring that to me. That's what you're supposed to do. This is what I'll say. If you don't give the child some sort of tough love, you'll wind up with the child like Maverick, mass shooting where they get older. Maverick is going to be mass shooting when he gets older because they're teaching him hate. That's why Maverick's going to be, it ain't got nothing to do with tough love. They teaching him hate. They're teaching him hate. My lock journey, that's what you're supposed to do. So parents that come back and start rattling off all this stuff to kids like they owed you something. What was some of our favorite words? I didn't ask to be here. You acting like I asked to come in. I didn't ask to be here. Y'all got your jollies and here I am. But don't abuse me and don't accuse me of not appreciating being here. I didn't ask to be here. Y'all ain't ready for me. The stuff we do to our kids, the stuff we say to our children, this is insanity. So I'm going to go back to what I said here. Unresolved trauma brings us to bad behavior. Only we try to address the problem, but not the cause. That's what I'm saying here, Queen Shanna. We've got to get to the root. Did anybody stop? Did anybody ever ask me? Did anybody? Now this is, y'all see, y'all ain't ready for me this morning. Did anybody ask me what was going on in my world? No. Let me get my help. Let me get my help. Did any? I said what I said. So this place of dealing with what's going on with our children and how to discipline them, I promise you, when we start talking about the highest degrees of love, communication is so paramount. And y'all wonder why. Come on, drops the mic, Mylock Journey. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Queen Shanna, listen, help us, Lord. It's for sure. Then you wonder why your relationships don't work with your significant others. You wonder why your marriages don't work. Baby, y'all got just walking balls of trauma that don't know how to communicate. I'm going to say it again. Walking balls of trauma that don't know how to communicate. T. Summers, I'm telling what God loves, and it's the truth. And a lot of this goes back. Listen, Thug, it's Thug Life. Traumatized humans unable to grieve. Come on, Thug Life. Thank you for that, Tall Pumps. Traumatized humans unable to grieve. Once more and again. And like I said, you hit the nail on the head, because I was acting like a thug every place I went where my parents weren't. I knew when I got to where my parents were, I knew how to act right. I wasn't crazy. I hadn't lost my mind. But when I got out of their presence and got in other places, baby, I was off the chains. Do you hear me? I was off the chains. I was all the way derailed off the track. Please believe it. And so subsequently, when I start getting in relationships, Thug Life is still in existence. Traumatized humans unable to grieve. And I'm wondering why relationships are just crazy and mad. Traumatized humans unable to grieve. I'm still in Thug Life. Am I talking to anybody? I ain't no more, but I'm talking about back then. I was still in Thug Life. Still in Thug Life. I love that, Disco. We listen to everything your son has to say when your wife gets in phone calls from school and that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Come on, Disco. Uh-oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong. That's not for you. This is for you right here. I done messed up. That's for you, Disco. And DJ, you know, this is for you. This is for you, DJ, you know. That's for you because you did your absolute best, and kudos to you. And I'm going to applaud you one more time because you were bold enough and brave enough to be transparent in here. I love it. And I love you. I love you, sir. So it's 9 o'clock. I wanted to go this direction when Michelle sent that to me. And again, Michelle Brownell, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. because it allowed us to have this conversation and open this can of worms that needs to be open. It needs to be opened and openly discussed. As I said, we're going to have a time where we can have BTD Mom, Dr. Dady Priest, and others that are trained and specialized in giving us tools, because it's a big area. And I know we want healthy babies. I know we do. Even this young lady that is now all across the internet, I believe in my heart of hearts that she wants a healthy child too. There's nothing in me that believes that this woman intended to abuse her son in any way, shape, or form. But if we go from one form of abuse to another form of abuse and just transfer the method, have we really accomplished anything? We really got to pay attention. Oh, fairly all day. Listen, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for healing. No judgment here, no condemnation here. It's all for healing. And what did I say? My ultimate goal in everything I do is always about the highest degree of love.
Oh, I feel for my brother.
Well, I feel for my brothers and I feel for my sisters. And I feel for my parents that I know are out here doing the absolute best that you can. And I feel for us grown-ups that have been through some things and we still trying to put this thing together. Listen, we're winners. We're lions. We've got this. And we're just going to keep on supporting one another. We're going to keep on talking to one another. We're going to keep on being there for one another, because you know what? We are on a mission to deconstruct the walls between the sacred and the secular. Listen, we're coming into freedom. We're coming into life more abundantly. We're coming into all of that success. Baby, we're coming into the highest degree of love. That's the way we rolling up in here. Now listen, stay with me, because we're going to go over to the Rebel Inc.'s house and we're going to have some fun over there. Please, please, please do not get off this raid train, because she's going to bless your whole life. To everybody that came in and talked and shared openly in this forum, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nothing but love. There's nothing but love, nothing but love. I appreciate all the input from everybody. I appreciate you. You just don't know. Now listen, you can have to all my streamers, I see you. Go ahead and put your information in there. Put your information in the chat. I don't want to miss people being able to connect up with you. I want you to know I appreciate you being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your input. Thank you for everything. Now you can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, Anchor, and more. I'm out there, you all. Just link up with me somewhere. You know, we are not folks that are intimidated. We are not folks that have a spirit of fear. We have power. We have love, and we have a sound mind. And as long as we're operating in love, I am all powerful in love. Please believe it. Coming on down, and we understand even this conversation today, how can we bring change so that we can have the highest degree of love? We're not just talking about change, but listen, beloved, we plan to be the change. And you're not in this alone. DJ, you know, we love you, sir. We got your front, we got your back, we got you up, we got you down, because this pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. And it's us, you, me, we all, because we all in this thing together. Please, please, please believe it. Now listen, I appreciate this isn't just the den of iniquity. This is the den of activity, and the activity and the convo in here has been marvelous. Thank you for your support and chatting with us on today. Listen, for those roaring biddies, SK8843, thank you. We're building something. To my phenomenal moderators, Michelle Browno, the Rebel Inc., and Shelly Thunder, thank you so much. Listen, my boy got blocked. My boy got blocked. Thank you for that resub, Dr. Dady Priest. Now listen, come on and go with us. We will do you good. As I always like to say, do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey.
I feel for